I'm an entrepreneur of sorts. Last summer I tried to have a store like linens and things. It's called Blankets and such. I mean, we tried to also have like these like cart of like assorted things. Like, we had like hamburgers and we had like snow cones, but we didn't really
doing? What the Why are you using my room for interviews?
Where have you been this week from 2 to 4:30?
You won't speak of it? I don't want to see you here ever again.
Alright.
Dave and Lenny live in a house, they got themselves a camera guy. They're adventuring, they're just hanging out, and there's one thing you can't deny, that they'll be best friends forever because they found a cat together, two dudes.
And me, the sweet prince. I wrote this song for you.
Lenny, I gotta say that's a really dapper shirt you're wearing. I don't think I've ever seen you this dressed up. What's the occasion?
Thank you. I actually went out to eat dinner with my mother. I've met a lot of women in my life, and no one has come close to being as sweet as a human being as my mother. And she's the only one that I trust. I would trust her with my life. She would never lie to me, and she treats me good. Me and Dave started this ritual not long ago, and oh, it is so much fun. It started kind of weird because I came into his room and he was in there, I think in his boxer shorts, just playing with a couple action figures, and he turned around and got really, really embarrassed, and I had actually just got done playing with action figures upstairs and still had one in my pocket, and I showed it to him, and we realized that we both just been playing with action figures alone. We could be doing it together.
AFT is my favorite day of the week. I mark it on my calendar. I bought a calendar for AFT. Action Figure Tuesday. Well, we kind of both take turns on Action Figure Tuesdays playing director and actor. It's really fun because we get to like make up these incredible stories using our favorite characters.
One night we decided to have an awesome dinner party with a bunch of great guests, and we had Ultimate Warrior from WWF. We had two different Luke Skywalkers, 1983 Return of the Jedi release, as well as a 1994 Hasbro release. We also had a handful of treasure trolls there, and Cheetara, and He-Man, and it was a really interesting dinner. Like, the banter was just going crazy. The treasure trolls and the Luke Skywalkers were not getting along at all, and usually the Ultimate Warrior, he's throwing elbows, he was throwing compliments all over Cheetara.
Lenny doesn't know, though, there was like a Showtime late night special that took place later that evening. Ultimate Warrior got a boob grab.
Tonight we're bringing in Batman and Lord Voldemort, and I'm thinking maybe the Dark Knight and the Dark Lord of Wizardry are going to get into an epic battle with Christopher Lee. This is actually a Count Dooku action figure, but as far as I'm concerned, Count Dooku doesn't exist. That's a made-up thing.
Maybe we'll have like a pizza party or something. The action figures, we can't afford pizza. Since the prequels didn't exist,
Clearly.
we're going to pretend that Christopher Lee is working at his Christopher Lee's Pizzeria.
I like it.
This red thing is his wiffle ball bat that he uses to knock away robbers and such. And
It's not
then
bad.
this is string cheese that he's about to sprinkle on one of his classic pies.
He's not going to stand a chance against us with that wiffle bat.
Sometimes we even let Sweet Prince get involved. It's the best. He's the best partner because he's way bigger than all the action figures we have, and he's animated.
Oh, Batman! You were right! This pizza parlor is wizardly! Too bad they don't have my favorite topping.
Why, Lord Voldemort, what's your favorite topping? I might have it in my utility belt. It's like a really oversized fanny pack with gadgets.
Anchovies?
Why, I keep a case in here for the Catwoman. Here, hands him anchovies.
Okay, I take that. Okay, I'm putting them on the pizza.
We need some props.
Okay.
My favorite topping is displayed all over here today.
What's that?
Justice. Man, we really had the best time. They just become memories after a while, and we forget most of the stories.
Man, that was good. That was a fun story.
Man, I wish our lives were this exciting.
Our lives are way more exciting than this. What are you talking about?
No, man, I mean, we're like making stories, and people would tell this story. People aren't gonna tell our story.
We're friends with a genie. We have a web series.
Nobody watches the internet. If there was an apocalypse, the internet's taken out, we're gone forever. Books.
That's true.
Books is where it is at.
Books, they will survive. Books would survive a nuclear apocalypse.
Denzel Washington has signed a document saying that he'll protect them.
You know, I feel like this show has shown a lot of people that Dave and I have pretty interesting lives. I feel personally that it would be a huge tragedy if my life story went untold. And if this was all destroyed by the apocalypse and they had nothing to know about Lenny, no, not gonna fly. I'm sure my sweet mother has a few home videos of my early childhood. And I remember a couple times I tried to keep a diary, but I never got past the first page. That's a lot of work. I mean, I'm not that great of a writer, and I wouldn't even want to write it about myself. Who could write a story about me? Nobody knows me that well.
I mean, I think I know you pretty well.
You think you know me well enough to write my life story?
I pride myself in my penmanship. I don't really read so many books as much as I rent audio tapes, and the place I get them really sucks, and there's always tapes missing. So, I guess I really haven't read a book. I will write your autobiography.
Well, technically, you'd be writing my biography. Autobiography is when you write it about yourself. That's like I think Shatner wrote one of those.
I kind of wanted to write it from your perspective. Like I'm inside of your skin.
Like you're me?
Mm-hmm.
You should probably just write it like a biography.
I like using I a lot.
So tonight during Action Figure Tuesdays, that doesn't even roll off the tongue. Well, we should probably change that. Or move it to Friday. Action Figure. Well, no, actually, never mind. Friday's no good for me. Anyways, Dave and I came up with this idea to write biographies about each other. That way, bam, there it is. I mean, if I had to think of one person to write my biography, well, I'd probably think of a lot of people, a lot of really good authors. Stephen King, Hunter S. Thompson, Chuck Palahniuk, J.D. Salinger, the late great, Ernest Hemingway, the other late great, God, author of the Bible, R.L. Stein. Yeah, you know, when I think about it, I guess Dave doesn't make that list, but he's here tonight and it sounds like something fun to do.
All right, man. Do the old book swap.
Yeah, I would love to write your biography.
Yeah, this will be great.
Sweet. Sounds like a good time.
I've studied you a long time. This is going to be interesting.
Probably do these by the end of the night, don't you think?
Yeah, I mean, hour and a half.
All right. Let's bust it out.
All right.
Good Action Figure Tuesdays, by the way.
You know, I was thinking about that. AFT works as an abbreviation, but we should really go Action Figure Friday, maybe.
Yeah, I thought about that. You know. It's no good. I thought about that already. But we'll think of something else.
What are you doing on Fridays?